Guys, welcome to Extreme BPM. My name is Mark Extreme, and we do this Tuesdays and Fridays, 8 p.m. East African time. Remember, on between the week, Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. East African time, we get to play the music. Then Tuesdays and Fridays, we hang out with the people that make the music, and then we get into the behind the scenes of the music and all that. But this week, I'm talking to. Let's see, you've been on. We've had one song, I think, on the show from her. And then we're having another one that we shall also play later on when the show is getting done, guys, which has an interesting title. The song is called Heart Pain. We shall be playing that later on. Camille Miller is on the show today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mark. I'm super excited. I've been watching your shows on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, definitely. I've been trying to hold on. I'm not getting you right. Can you get me right?
I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
I think I try speaking. Let's see.
Check, check, check. Hello, testing one, two, two.
I, no, it's not. It's not on your end. I think it's on my end.
Okay.
Then go ahead.
Check one, two. Hi, Mark. How's it going?
Continue. Let's go on. Let's see. Let's see.
How's your rooster? Your neighbor's
I
rooster's
think
doing okay.
I have that sorted probably. Huh?
Is it okay now?
Ha! Come on, come on. What is wrong with
Oh
this?
no.
Let's see. All right.
Were
Because
you?
I'm trying to make sure that I have the audio recorded separately and the video
Ah,
separately.
of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that we have good sound and let's see. How is that now?
Well, for you, you still sound great to me, and in my head, I sound great here. Am I okay?
Yes, now I have you now.
Yes.
Mila
Yay.
is on the show, guys. So welcome to the show. How are you doing? How are you doing with the pandemic? It's almost a year now.
The pandemic has been crazy. It has completely changed my life as it has everybody else's life. But I definitely have felt the change.
Yeah, you have. And
Yes.
for an artist, you know that because we shall get into that, you do a lot of live performances, and you have now you can't do that, and you have to
Yeah.
probably sit at home, do this on like how you've been doing. I've been watching those the live streams
Yes.
where you go and perform. How different is it? How do you feel? Do you feel like you're getting used to that now, performing on the internet and streaming that?
Well, I feel like I'm getting better at it, and it took probably 6 months to figure out how to use all the equipment and all the huge mistakes that happen with internet and one cable plugged in the wrong place and using OBS and learning how to use that and then using a small Behringer board and trying to mix that with this and that. And so for the first few months of COVID, I spent a lot of time doing that. I now have been able to do some more gigs, but they're still streamed gigs, but they're in someone's house. And I recently just got to play with the band and do a streamed show. So that really made me feel a lot better.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So let's get into how you get started. What was playing around the house when you that influenced the music that you make and all that at the time. What was playing around your house?
Okay, so I'm Canadian, but I was born on a Canadian military base in Germany in 1973. And my mom, prior to giving birth to me, was a DJ on the base radio station, and she did the Soul Hour
Oh,
every week. Yes, and I grew up with all Motown and soul and funk and like Casey and the Sunshine Band and all Stevie Wonder and all that kind of R&B and funk stuff, along with Carole King. Like the Tapestry album was the big. My mom would be vacuuming the shag carpet, and there'd be like the Tapestry album on. Um, I mean, I was just thinking about all this when I was getting ready for the gig. The amount of music I listened to as a kid was really a wide range. Uh, so like "Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue" was the very first song I ever learned to love, and that was by what's her name? She'd like really long brown hair. It'll come to me in a second. And then like Barbara Streisand,
Barbra
one of the first
Streisand.
songs. So like I Am a Woman in Love. I had the 45 of I Am a Woman in Love. Da 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 da. And I used to have the hairbrush and I'd pretend that I could sing that. Um, and then I remember having like Air Supply 45s. So this is growing up. It was Crystal Gale, Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue. So that was kind of country American stuff. So my life was full of music. I played clarinet in school, and I was in the military in Canada. So I was in a military marching band. I played clarinet. And at one point in my life, I was going to join the Navy. And then I stopped and joined a band.
Oh,
Yeah, so I resigned. Had to be a reservist for a year after that, but I did that and I said, no, I don't want to be in the Navy. I want to join a band. And so that was when I was in my early 20s, and that's all I've done since.
oh yeah.
So
Say to be about to do, you get into the band and do music other than getting into a navy.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like you should have done better if you had gone into the navy?
Well, I think I probably would have made more money.
That part.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, but you decided to do something you enjoy doing, and that money can't buy.
Yeah, no, I feel happy about that. And then I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have traveled to all the places that I've traveled. I wouldn't have the kids and the crazy dog.
Oh yeah.
So life would be different.
Yeah, you'll be moving up and down, and
Yeah.
deployment after deployment and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And wouldn't be having you on the show. That would be crazy.
Yeah, so this is all good. It's
Yes.
meant to be.
So it all works out. So then, when you were starting out, did you start out solo? Did you start out with a band? How was how was the breakthrough for you?
So I started out solo busking on the street. So me and my girlfriend that shared an apartment together, she was also a musician for a while, and we went to school together. And she used to make me, because I was so shy, she'd make me to go out and busk so we could get money for laundry and beer. So,
Wow, smart strategy, right?
yeah, so we'd stand and we would busk. So I started doing that. And then so this is in the early 90s, when Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, grunge, Pearl Jam. I was the big grunge girl. So I was in kind of a guy girl grunge band for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I got the opportunity to sing backup for this amazing woman named Ruby Wilson, who was touring through Canada at the time. And the band that was supporting her was this 7-piece horn band, soul band, R&B band called Dr. Tongue. And I got to sing backup with Ruby Wilson on stage, and they were the band. And they said to me, we're going on tour. If you want to come on the road with us, you won't get paid, but you'll sing every night, and we'll make sure you have a place to stay, because the tour is already booked. There's like no extra hotel rooms. You come with us. Basically, we're leaving in 3 days. So I broke up with my boyfriend, took a duffel bag,
What?
grabbed all my stuff in it and moved up to the next town, stayed in the sax player's basement for a couple of days until they went on tour. And then I started out touring with them. And it was literally 6 nights a week. And they would always start out with like this rhythm changes, like ba da 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 ba da ba da ba da da, and I'd have to do a scat. So and so whatever my scat was, if it wasn't good, the oldest drummer and the guy in the band said, you sit in this room and you listen to this tape, this Ella Fitzgerald tape, or you listen to this or you listen to that, and you have to come out tonight and do one piece of that. And I remember calling my mom in the hotel room crying and saying, like, I hate these guys. They won't let me out of my room unless I listen to this, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what can I do? And she said, well, I can pay for a bus ticket for you to come home, or you can just sit in your room and listen to the music they tell you to do and do what they say.
Yeah.
She's like, you can come home anytime you want. Anytime, Cami, we'll send you a bus ticket. You can come home. I'm like, no, I don't want to come home.
I already broke up with my boyfriend, so guess what?
Yeah, I'm done. So like that was the start.
Yeah. So now, then you move on from backup. Then at what point do you start, making your own music? And
literally, so we were on the road for quite a few months at a time, and so I'd have quite a bit of spare time in the day. I'd always, since I was like 13 or 14, written songs on the guitar. They started out as protest songs to my parents for grounding me. I hate you, blah, blah, blah. I'd be grounded and I'd be sitting in the bathroom going like, yeah, whatever. So it started like that. And then these guys that I was on the road with were serious musicians. I wasn't even allowed to play a shaker on stage. they gave me a Coke can with duct tape on either side filled with beads. And they're like, you go in your room and you practice that shaker before you come out and play.
Just have to, just have to come and play this. That's it.
So I sort of tried to play guitar. But there was two real guitar players in the band, so there was no way I was going to do that. I was in that band for about 3 years, touring, but the whole time I was learning to write my own stuff. So that's how that started. I eventually went off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice. So you finally made it through having not to sit in rooms and get and not sing. You
yeah,
just have to
that's
grab,
right.
you know.
That's right. That's right. It's baby steps.
Yeah, I think that's a piece that people don't get to see, especially with the new artists that are coming right now. They don't think that
Yes.
it's just that easy. I just jump in and make
Oh
music. That's
no.
it. They don't know you have to go on the road and not have to make any money, and then you have to see.
And all this fancy gear that we have now. I mean, this makes me sound so old, and I don't feel old, and I know I am older than a lot
No,
of
you're
other
not
older
old.
people. But when I started playing, as a singer, you didn't even get monitors. You would wear earplug, and you should be able
Yes.
to hear inside your head what you're singing. And I was playing beside horn players, like they're so loud,
Yeah.
and it's just a whole different thing. And then it's just nowadays you got in ears, and everybody's got. It's just if the power goes out, modern day musicians are screwed.
Yeah. You have. Yeah. It's terrible. First of all, they are playing less of the instruments now.
Yes.
When you're making music, you're just having to deal with samples and and synths. That's it.
Yeah, it's true, but that in itself is a whole other artistic expression. And I at one point might have mocked it and said, "Oh yeah, whatever." But I don't now because I've learned a lot through the guys I've been working with actually since COVID, and the artistic process that happens through the synths and the apps and the loops and it's legit. It's just a different language, right?
Yeah, technology. Yeah.
Yeah, different language. We left it at different language, and then you froze and you looked really deep.
Like I was deep into thought, thinking about the
Yes.
language of music and how much
Yeah.
how these new artists are getting into.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Then
Yeah.
I realized you just froze.
When I see, I was like, yo, she's also frozen over here. But then you were frozen in a good posture. Then me, I was on this other end, like I'm into note. Like I'm really thinking about, how we should get onto the moon and then get back and all these other things.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you are telling me that you really understand, how the people that are using the current technology with advancement,
Yeah.
how things have been made easy and how people can use loops and synths and
Yeah.
make music. You okay with that?
I'm okay with it because you have to be. You have to be okay with it, because it's a progression, right? It's just a the first song I gave you, which I was really happy with, is it was a combination of me starting on acoustic guitar and then adding the loops and the synths and all that stuff. So it was a combo of old school and new school. And I just liked the sound. That was the first time I got to do something like that. And I'm really happy with that song. The second song that the new one that's coming out, literally it was sent as a track with just all these strings and like the producer is from Iran, and he does all this like like all this Middle Eastern stuff, which is it's just so cool. You can't help but write an epic thing to it,
Yeah.
So
And and,
so
and
it's new for me.
yeah, and the song she was Camille Miller was doing about is Nobody's Listening.
Yes,
That guy
yes.
can go and stream right now. You can check it out everywhere. So the one that you later talked about was the heart pain.
Heart pain.
Yes. And so with writing, you just told me that someone sent you a track and you wrote to that.
Yes.
What is your process like? For some people, some musicians, they would like to have their own melody. They don't want to have a
Yes.
track and then write over that. They would rather, build with the producer, but on their own melody. How is it for you? Can you work both ways where someone sends you a track and then you build to that?
Well, I don't so far work very well if somebody tells me that they want me to sing it a certain way. I wouldn't then consider it mine. or I just, and that's probably a small way of thinking, but the amazing thing with working with Hangi Tavakoli is he sent me the track, and he just goes, tell me tell me what you come up with. So I just was left to completely do whatever I want on it, and he just put his musical part in, and then we combined it. So for me to have that freedom, and for him to not say, "Oh, but could you just change this note to here?" But I mean, if I have to do that, I don't want to do it. I'll go sit in my corner and with my acoustic guitar and write.
Yeah, and do your own.
Like, yeah, I'll do my own thing. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's with a lot of people that are actually people that do live music that perform that also do perform live. They like they like owning the creation that
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that they decide to subject themselves to. Because I've seen some people like writing to people, sending them a track, and then someone says I want this way, and then you build around that. And
yeah. And I'm not so good at that. I have done it before. I've done it with another group before, but I also only did a couple of songs with them, so it wasn't my natural interest.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
and for people listening, what can you what is the little you can talk about the album? Where nobody's listening is on.
You know what? These are all just singles right now. So I think I'm going to make an album. I've never just released singles in my life, but that seems to be the thing people are doing right now because nobody wants to listen to a whole album.
Yeah, streaming. You want to stream singles?
So so I did one song called Dream On, and then I did Nobody's Listening, and then it's Heart Pain. I have another one that I'm working on, and then I think I'll do maybe three more but not release them, and then I'll make an EP and put them all together. And for me, this would just be it's like before I get close to menopause, this is my electronica phase. So I want to, like, and once I hit menopause, I don't know, I might go
When
like Kate Bush or something. I don't know. Something crazier might just happen.
when do you know you do that? You definitely know that there's a age they set up, but some people go beyond that. So
Yeah, yeah. Like who cares? I mean, I'm not stopping, and you got to change. You can't always do the same thing. So this has been a really cool experience for me, and it's taught me. So all the vocals I recorded myself in my room on my computer, which I could never do before COVID.
also,
So I didn't know how to organize all this, to cut all the tracks, to do all the harmonies, and I like to tidy it all up. So I have so much fun doing that. It's like, so it's something I've learned that I wouldn't have taken the time to learn before.
yeah, I think COVID has taught us a lot, very much,
Yeah.
a lot, way.
Yeah.
And for people that are still complaining, oh no, the pandemic, it's a year, guys, you better learn to adapt. Okay,
Yeah.
figure out a way and to make things keep going, because some people that weren't performing live, they who have been used to traveling all over the world and having their music across, well, they have decided to get into the streaming world, having their music across and
Yes.
getting feedback that way. I don't know how does that work for you, when you are getting feedback by checking the streams, checking the numbers.
Oh, Mark, you know what? I hate it. So when COVID was pretty new, I was still really gung ho about trying to gig as much. And I was online streaming 3 or 4 nights a week. So I was doing 2 nights a week for the bar that I've worked for 2 years here in Singapore. I was streaming for them. Then I was on this app called Sessions Artist, and I was doing that.
That's a good app for artists.
But so I'm sure it is, but I just had a really hard time with it because I could stream any time of the day, and I was really into it for a while, and I was getting hundreds of like bomb drops and high fives and like all these little sticker emojis, and then it's like it shows the eye and it says there's 200 people watching, and then there's 500 people, and then there's 20, and then there's this, and I would sit in the microphone, and I'd be like, is anybody really there? And is anybody there at all? And like nobody would say something. Every once in a while, you'd get like a high five and I just got really kind of bummed out with it. I
No,
found it hard.
no, I think I had the co-founders doing something different. They would, there is when you could just go onto the app and stream. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Because it's for something else though as well.
No, there is something else where you get to work with the organizers. So what they do is they get you on and then sell your show. Your show. So what you do is people that buy tickets, you divide. You get to share some of the proceeds in there, and then they take a percentage, and then you perform. It's funny
Yes.
for some people. Some people are making almost 3,000, 4,000 a month.
Well, I think I didn't stick in with it long enough. I got a little like I got like they found me on YouTube and asked me to audition for it. So it was quite a legitimate thing, and I had to go through this training of how to use OBS and all this stuff. And so for a while I was using it, and I even I met some amazing artists from around the world that whenever I was streaming, they seemed to be streaming too. So they would like finish streaming, and then you could see them show up as a little cartoon there in your audience.
Yeah,
Um, and then I just got a little. I think because it was during COVID, I just got a bit depressed of sitting in my room
yeah, yeah.
playing to emojis. It just felt really weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this development happened later on, but now what happened is when you work with them, with the organizer, with the guys who run the app, they can set
Yeah.
up a show for you, and if you can sell a few tickets, and they see that there is momentum there, they also put it on their platform and sell it on that level, and
Oh,
then
that's cool.
now when you perform, because I saw there's an artist that I saw on one of the shows, and she wasn't known anywhere, and she went,
Yeah.
and I don't know where she got that crowd, but the people that actually paid to get into the room, and
Yeah.
at the end of the show, because she did 3 shows, and they were spaced in between 3 weeks. And at the end, the guys were reporting that she had sold up to around 4,000 in tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, and the tips.
Well,
At
I
that,
think yeah, the tips are amazing. So I did get some. I just kind of got bored of it. I got antsy. Maybe if I'd stuck it out a little longer, but I think it was just because it was during COVID. I was sick of it for a bit, but I do know it. I thought it was a great idea and a great app.
yeah, and people. But I like that quickly when COVID happened, you quickly went into streaming. I was seeing
Yeah.
the streams you are going. Even I think recently you've still done more.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I've done some great shows streaming,
Yeah.
and with some fantastic musicians. Now that we can have 8 people in a room, I've got some great shows, and I'm really excited because there might be a pilot program for live music coming up soon in May, and I was asked to, if it goes ahead, to play.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, Camille Miller is on the show, and she has a new song called "Heart Pain." Heart Pain. What is the inspiration for this? You don't look like you are in that space.
No, 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 no. Well, I may not look, but everybody feels that sometimes, right?
Ah,
So
yeah.
so he gave me the track, and so the funny thing is, every track that he makes, he just puts like he calls it like a rubber name. So whoever's writing on it could do whatever they want, but I just take the title, and it inspires me with the mood of the music. If I have one word or one sentence, then it'll inspire me to do the whole song. And although I know it's really cliche and it's going to be really cliche, I was thinking a little bit about COVID, because the lines, the first line is masked and scared, unknown enemy in the air, so it was sort of about that, and about wanting to be able to breathe and be free, and to alleviate some kind of pain. So it's really vague, as those ethereal songs often are. And I just think I thought the vocals just were supposed to accompany the cool lines, synth lines, and that were there.
Oh, yeah, nice. So Heart Pain, guys, that is out on the 23rd, but you'll get it. A benefit of listening to it today, but you'll get it on the 23rd, guys. And so which one? What are we playing today? What are you playing for us?
I'm gonna play. I've got a few. I've got a few things that I could play for you. So I think I'm gonna play a song first called "Cover Me,"
Cover Me.
and I think I'm gonna play that. Let's just this. I got to get my little area set up here. I need some reverb. I've been yelling at the I've been yelling at kids and dogs for the last couple of days, so I have a little bit of a hoarse throat. We also have a really large rabbit that lives on our deck, and our puppy, who's 3 months old, we've had her for 3 days. She's a Labrador, and their like whole purpose in life basically is to chase rabbits. So it's been a vicious mess of kids, rabbits, and dogs.
Dogs and so you're yelling at all that. I think you'll have to reduce on the reverb a little. It's a bit.
I put the reverb on to sing. Is that okay? So be like, okay. Added the reverb. Stand before me. Let me feel your soul. Let me feel the warmth of your touch. Hearts unguarded, bodies perfect in the flaws. Love for you is all I need. I can't do this on my own. Modern life through the telephone, staring ears. I'm fading out. We're all covered in lovely, covered in debt. I can't do this by myself. The lines are fading, breaking down, down, down. Filter perfect scenery. We're all covered in lonely, covered in me. Cover me, and I stand before you, showing you I'm wrong, telling you that I'm scared, that I'm failing. Please don't leave me. Tell me that the love from you is all I need. I can't do this on my own. A modern life through the telephone, staring ears. I'm fading out. We're all covered in lonely, covered in debt. I can't do this by myself. The lines, they're fading, breaking down, down, down. The fields of perfect scenery. We're all covered in lonely. We're all covered in need. We're all covered in lonely. We're all covered in need. Cover me.
Definitely. You see, this is how you know you get the round of applause with streaming now.
I love it. I love it. It's a fabulous round of applause.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's cover me up, right?
That's Cover Me. Yeah.
Yeah, cover me.
Cover Me.
Yes. And what let's see, that cover me is that they can get that available now. Is that available now?
They can find that. That is off of an EP, which is also called Cover Me. And I recorded it in 2019. and just released it when I came to Singapore. Yeah, late 2019. So
So that's available. Go and get that, guys, on all
yeah, you
streaming
can find that.
platforms. Yeah. And so the new one is Heart Pain, but then we also have played Nobody's Listening. So what had you lined up after Cover Me Up? Cover Me. What
So,
would
so can I play you another one? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is a song called "She Knows," and it's a really old song. So it came out in. I got to put the reverb back on. Came out in 2002,
2002?
and yeah, um, and this is a song that talks about when you're a girl and a boy and you fancy each other, and so coming from the girl's perspective, which would be me. And so you fancy this guy, and then there's always like some other girl who fancies him probably a little bit more. She knows way more about him. She knows everything about. So this is what that song's about. So it's called She Knows. She knows how you're feeling. She knows how to fight. She knows she can call you in the middle of the night. She knows your whole life story. Reads you like a book. She knows how every chapter before she has to love and be inside. I don't wanna fight, so just turn off the lights and leave night and night. She dreams you in color, a fairy tale made, and in her world a prince is you. It does not include me, no, no. La 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 la. Does not include me. I don't wanna fight, so just turn off the lights and leave night and night, tonight, 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 tonight.
I found a way to get the claps in.
See, that is impressive. That is really impressive. Mark, you did that for me. That made me so happy.
Yeah, I did. I just found a way to do it. Maybe you need one more.
One more. I can do one more. I can do. Oh, more claps. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank the agency. I'd like to thank my parents.
Everyone that brought me here, my
Yes.
papi at home, everyone, and
Yes.
yeah. So that's amazing. That's 2002 hours. That sounds, all this can be is available on streaming platforms, right?
Yes, on Spotify, Apple Music. I even have a MySpace account. That's how far back we are going, man.
Yes,
It's everywhere. It's I'm on YouTube. I'm on wherever you can get music. I'm there.
Yeah, that's good, as long as people can get access to this, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have their back catalog uploaded up on the streaming platforms.
I've got all of it. I've even got my first album from 1995 up on Spotify.
That's amazing. You see, you get a lot of people are kind of are late on getting that up, because they're like, technology or these new things. I don't deal with this. A lot of people that come from a different era of music usually don't quickly
For sure.
adapt. Yeah.
But you know what made me do, Mark, is like I don't want to lose. So I always think like we've been in Singapore for 2 years, and I through I don't know how I got an amazing regular gig, and everybody who all the other musicians that gigged are younger and more talented and more. I was just like more and more and more and more and more. And they had all the technology and they had everything, and they're just amazing musicians and singers. But I got the gig, so I didn't want to lose it. So I'm just like, I want to do everything that they're doing.
Yeah, but,
so that,
you already have a bonus. You already have a bonus. They can't buy experience.
Yeah.
That's something they can't buy.
I'm grateful.
They can't buy that. And you see, when you even when you're using the new technology, the moment you already know how to use the old technology too, the new one, as long as you quickly adapt to it, it becomes flawless. And
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, it's
good vibes.
Yeah, no one can buy experience.
No, and what comes with experience is all those like old people rants that are really hilarious. Like just the things that older people complain about.
Yeah, I press pushing back.
Can I play you another song?
I would never say no.
This is a song called Tiniest of Hearts. And I wrote this when I was really, really pregnant with our first daughter and didn't know what to expect. And I was really scared. So there's like there's a video for this, and it's a nice video. It's a nice tune. But so our daughter now is 11, going on 30. And every time I play this, I think of, this song. So I think of
nice.
I need my reverb, or else I just is it too distorted or anything? Is it okay? It's getting late now. I can't sleep for fear of losing hold of this version in my mind. New beginnings bring up so many fears as you grow stronger. Wait for me, wait for me. I know you're gonna be alright. I promise to be here to guide you. You've given me a brand new life, tiniest tell you, you've given me this lust for life, tiniest of hearts, beat strongest. When it feels like the whole world is out for you, don't be afraid to fall. And you're stuck in a corner, don't know what to do. I'll be here when you call me. And to feel like there's no one sticking up for you, no matter how it seems. In every way, you're perfect to me. So as I hold you, I feel you fall asleep. I see this beauty of your love face. I know you're gonna be alright. I promise to be here to guide you. You've given me a brand new life, tiniest of hearts beat strongest. I know you're gonna be just fine, and you don't need me to stand and tell you. You've given me a lust for life, tiniest of hearts, the tiniest of hearts, the tiniest of hearts beat strongest. Beat strongest.
We have to find a way. One thing I like about that song is you say, you said you are confused and didn't know what to do, and then you're still saying, "I'll still be here if you need." That's
Yes.
yeah. Isn't it interesting when new mothers are coming up and you having a new experience, your body's changing, you're having everything new presented to you, but somehow everyone around you expects you to figure it out.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And luckily, well, I guess y- it's a lifelong experience trying to figure it out, isn't it? You never just get it. I mean, you always. My mom said to me, she says to me on the phone, "Oh, Cami," she's like, "Once, I mean, I'm for the rest of your life, you're going to be worried about these kids. So, this it's only just begun."
Yeah, exactly. This has been amazing. It's been good having you on, and I appreciate this so much.
I really, really appreciate the opportunity. And right away, I just knew you'd be so awesome to speak to. And you've put me in a really, really good mood.
Thank you so much, and
Appreciate it.
I enjoyed our time on. I even didn't know. Time flew by. It's an hour already.
I do like to talk.
And I do like to talk. That's why we do this.
Yeah. What a great
Yeah,
experience.
it's always a great experience. That's the thing I like about music. Music getting people together. Then you find you get to communicate, and then look at what music does.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what language you speak, where you come from. As soon as the beat and the chords hit, everybody relates.
yeah. And for some reason, you end up connecting because of the music.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's true.
it's so amazing.
I want to say a couple of things if I can, just because I have the
Sure,
chance.
sure, sure.
For nobody's listening, and for heart pain, I really want to put out some love to Hangi Tavakoli, who put so much work into both these songs, and for nobody's listening to Adele Noruzi, who did guitar and did some of the production of Nobody's Listening to, and Rick Salt from Nanaimo, BC, Canada, where I'm from, who worked on all of my albums throughout my life. He came together and did the mixing and mastering for these two songs, and of a different genre, and it just sort of ties it all together. And I feel a lot of love for that, because it's just three different worlds coming together and making a baby out of the song.
Yes.
So I feel really, really happy about that. And the international, I mean, the bass player, we call him Sid, but his name's like Mohammed Fahid, blah, 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 known as Sid. And he's a great sound man here in Singapore who played the bass. So completely international feel. And I feel really honored to have got to do that. And I had to say that.
Yeah, I mean, the music is amazing, and I think it's good to also appreciate the people that help that put this together with you. You know?
Yeah, because you can't do it by yourself.
No,
No.
absolutely not. And you see, that's how people get to work together, and it's amazing. You know, the music is good. The music is good, and I like the music. Even Heart Pain that we're going
Oh,
to
I'm
play,
glad.
guys. That we're going to play, guys, as we're getting out. Heart Pain,
Yes.
Heart Pain. That is the
Yay.
new one coming in from Camille Miller, and go and check out on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music from. The music is available. CAMILLER, no LE, then MILLER. All right.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Thank you so much, Mark. It's really appreciated. I can't wait to share this.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on. You know, it's great. I really enjoyed this time.
Thank you. We'll
Yeah.
do it again sometime.
Oh, definitely. The music is still coming out, you know?
Yes,
Yeah, so definitely
absolutely.
that would be another time. And thank you so much. And love to the family and everyone. And guys on the Extreme BPM, how can people follow you up on socials and all that?
Spotify, Camille Miller. Instagram, Camille Miller Music. Facebook, Camille Miller. YouTube, Camille Miller. Just keep typing in Camille Miller. I think there's a lawyer and there's somebody else named Camille Miller, but just ignore them.
Yeah.
Just go to the.
They don't exist, guys.
Just, you don't need them.
Yeah, you don't need them, guys. You only need the music part.
That's right. Thank you for this opportunity, man.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night. And love to the family and to the kids too. The new pup.
And the dog.
Yeah. What is the name of the new pup?
Ruby.
Ruby.
Ruby, 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 Ruby.
Love to Ruby. So thank you so much. I enjoyed.